Our sixth and final lesson of this course is the revision change, and we're going to be using Inventor's secret weapon to do this. Now, it's not such a big secret. We'll see that the tool that we use makes revision changes so simple compared to our legacy CAM. In summary, for Module 6, we're going to be prepping the assembly for the new rev, and that's a very important step within changing any revision within Inventor, is that we control how we bring the model in to our already existing assembly environment. We're going to use the component replace tool, and that's our secret weapon to replace parts and rev our assembly up. We're going to regenerate the toolpaths to the new model, then create custom views for some of the new features within the new revision. We're going to program the new revision's ID grooves, then we'll move on to counter bore holes, and then we'll verify and troubleshoot the toolpaths to wrap everything up. And then finally, we'll post our code out one last time. A natural occurrence in manufacturing for all machine shops is the inevitable rev change within parts from customers or internally within your organization. Now, with most legacy CAD/CAM softwares, you would have to import the new part, place the new part, and then go through each toolpath and reassign each toolpath to the new geometry. Sometimes you would end up having to Frankenstein together, for lack of a better term, toolpaths, and you may actually keep older toolpaths assigned to old geometry for speed. Well, the problem with that is that then with the significant rev change that may come down in the future, you may lose track of what component is placed to which piece of geometry. And in that case, the toolpaths may end up machining the wrong revision. Now, that's a common occurrence in machine shops and something that causes quite a bit of scrap. So what Autodesk Inventor's assembly machining actually lets you do is replace this component completely, and will automatically, with the help of parametrics, update all of the toolpaths on its own. So to do this, what we're first going to do is we've received the revision from engineering or from the customer, and we've placed the part within our file. And to demonstrate and show this, we'll go ahead and go to our file to show you. Within our customer file, we've actually received the new pump front cover Rev B. Now, the first thing you're going to do is open that part, and that's easy enough to do. You just open that part, and you're going to take a look at what some of the changes were. So what we can see right off the bat is that there are some counter bores added to this. They've changed this to a bore instead of threads. Apparently, the engineer made a mistake, and it should have had external threads, not internal threads. And he's given you some thread clearance here. You'll also see on the back side that we now have some retainer clips, some retaining grooves on these insides of these bores. So for whatever the shaft may be or something like that that goes in there, they're going to retain that. No big deal. So now that we know what we're looking at, we can go ahead and start our rev change process. Now, first thing I like to do is if the color is red, I do like to change this. Now, the reason for that, and I'm going to come up to my color palette at the top, hit select all, hit the green check mark, and that's going to take all the color off of the part. The reason I do that is because inside of my assembly, I would like to make sure that I do not have the old revision, especially if there's just a minor change. You may miss something you might not see. So by changing the color of the part, we actually get the ability to see the difference in the revisions. So I'm going to change this to one of my favorites here, which is kind of like a light blue. And I'm going to go ahead and save this new revision part. Now, I can leave this open or I can close it, and it doesn't make a difference. I'm going to go ahead and close this. Now, we're back in our original part. Now, the color was red from the start from the customer. So what I'm going to do now is open this part and change the color in this part to all red or all pink. That way I know this is my old revision part. Now, this is something that you want to set up with your programmers and with maybe your engineers and possibly your shop floor personnel, so that they know, hey, if you see a pink model, then that's an old revision. Don't run it. Go ahead and change these colors again. Now you want to select the model first, and it pulls up the color palette where it is currently, and then you want to switch it over to the color that you want. So I'm going to save that. I'll close this out. You'll see the update roll through. When I hit the local update lightning bolt file here, you'll see everything turns red. That's not a big deal. You could just regenerate it if you were going to keep this. But now that we know this is a rev change, we're going to want to replace the model of this part.